Alycats any viewers. So today I'm doing a video I'm very excited about because I've been missing video games so freaking much. It's my PS4 collection, and I don't have as many games as some people do, but I've got a nice little collection. And the PS4, just to go on a little spiel, is like my favorite next-gen console, or current-gen console. I still say next-gen. I love my Xbox One and I love my Wii U, but the PS4 has been with me the longest, and I just have more games on it, and I just, you know, get it more. I guess I understand it more. So, I'm so excited I'm out of breath, like, oh my gosh. So, let's just get started talking about games, because that's what you're here for, to see the games. First off is Alien Isolation, the Nostromo edition. Now, if you know me, you know I'm a huge Alien fan, and this is one of the scariest games I've ever played. It's not like scary in the traditional sense, it's very tense, and you're on the edge of your seat, and your nerves are frayed. It's amazing, though. It's fantastic. If you're an Alien fan, you definitely need to play this. If you're a fan of survival horror, you definitely need to play this. It's amazing. So, that's Alien Isolation, the Nostromo edition, which comes with some DLC packs. It's amazing. Next up is Bloodborne. I actually bought this because of my friend Dave Control. Shout out to him. He's awesome. He's obsessed with like the Souls games, and Bloodborne I actually like better than the Souls games. Don't persecute me for that. I love the Souls games, don't get me wrong. But Bloodborne is much more action-oriented, and even though it is still brutally hard, it's a little more accessible. And the story, you kind of have to figure it out yourself from lore and stuff littered about the place like the Souls games. But it's amazing. I love it. It's one of my favorite games of the year. Bloodborne. Next up is Dying Light. This was actually really fun. It did have some major flaws, I will admit that. And it's very similar to Dead Island, but I still really enjoyed it. I love how they incorporated parkour into the game, and I just loved it. It's fantastic. If you're a fan of Dead Island, or if you're a fan of zombie games, this is good. It's good. Next up is Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. Again, if you know me, you know I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings, and this is fantastic. It is very stealth heavy, which I am so bad at stealth. I'm terrible at stealth. But I still had a lot of fun with this, and it's just so amazing. You really feel like you're in the world of Lord of the Rings, and it's just so powerful, and I love the characters and how each character has a different randomly generated name, so you will not have the same characters as someone else. And I just love the fighting style and the combat and the graphics and how you get cameos from some really well-known characters in the universe, so it's amazing. Next up, I actually have not played this game yet, so I cannot tell you what it's like about or anything. But Shadow Warrior, I've heard it's really fun, and it's like a first-person brawler type of game, but it's supposed to be really fun. So, Shadow Warrior, I'll eventually play that. Next up, this is so fun. It's way more fun than it should be. Lego Marvel Superheroes. I'm a huge Marvel fan. And this is just so cute and so fun. You get to play as all the, you know, iconic superheroes, and you also get to play as some you barely hear about. It's just really well done. It's the best Lego game I've played yet. It's cute, it's fun, it's perfect, it's Lego. Next up, this is so fun. Wolfenstein: The New Order. Loved it. It's so cheesy and over the top in a good way. And it's just so tense and so well done. And I do need to play The Old Blood, the prequel expansion of this. But I do recommend this if you're into first-person shooters. It's amazing. Next up, this was actually a really fun RPG. Again, it had major flaws, but it's fun for what it is. And that's Bound by Flame. It's actually kind of difficult, to be honest, but it's really fun. I do recommend it if you're into RPGs and you don't really mind some, you know, graphics and frame rate issues, but it's fun. It's fun. It's not like The Witcher fun, but it's fun. Next up, Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls Ultimate Evil Edition. Oh, so much fun. So addicting. Pretty much everyone knows what Diablo is, you know, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but it's amazing. Just have to say it's amazing, because it is. You'll become addicted to it. Dragon Age Inquisition is next, and this was one of my favorite games of last year. It's just so much fun. There's so much to do and so many side quests, and you know, you can romance several different characters. I chose Cullen. He was the best guy, I guess. But it's just a lot of fun. The story's actually pretty good. And there's just hours and hours and hours of content. It's a must play if you're into RPGs. And of course it's BioWare. BioWare makes amazing games. So, Dragon Age Inquisition. Next up is Murdered Soul Suspect. Now this is a very divisive game. I know a ton of people hate this game, and I can see why. I enjoyed it, and you know, I recognize its flaws. There's really not much game to it. It's very, very story heavy, and you're just going around finding clues to solve these different murders and stuff like that. But it's still a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. The story's great, but I can't recommend it to everyone just because it is very gamey, I guess you could say. It's like in the vein of Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, stuff like that. So if you like those kinds of games, Murdered Soul Suspect is right up your alley. If you don't like those games, you will not like Murdered, so I liked it, but a lot of people didn't. Next up, I have the alternate cover on this, but it's Infamous Second Son. Now, I have to say, this is probably my least favorite Infamous game, to be honest. I know that's an unpopular opinion, but it just didn't grip me as much as the first two Infamous games did. But it's still good, it's just not my favorite, you know. Next up, this game is so good, but it's so hard. The Evil Within with the cool lenticular cover. Now, this game was way harder than I thought it would be. And it's very, very tension-filled, it's very nerve-wracking, but it's so good. If you're into survival horror, can I talk? No, I can't. Definitely play this. It's by Shinji Mikami, you know, mastermind behind Resident Evil 4. A lot of amazing games. It's great. It's more in the vein of Resident Evil 4 than anything else. It's still really good. The story is kind of It's entertaining, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. And if you don't like really hard games, I would suggest maybe not playing this because it is so hard. But it's really good, in my opinion. I loved it. Loved the crap out of The Evil Within. Next up, this game. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This is the definition of amazing. Hundreds of hours of content, an amazing story, beautiful graphics, this is the game to end all games, basically. If you're into RPGs. If you're not, then it's not. But it's fantastic. I love just playing as Geralt and seeing what all the different side quests are and just doing all this stuff. It's just amazing. So I do recommend The Witcher 3. Just, I freak out over it. I have not played this game yet because I don't know. I'm stupid. Mortal Kombat X. Everyone knows what Mortal Kombat is. I need to play it soon. I swear I do. And I will. I just got caught up in The Witcher. Next up is Far Cry 4. This is pretty much Far Cry 3.5. Still a lot of fun though, and I love Pagan Min. He's amazing. It's just a lot of side quests, you know, you're crafting, you're going to the radio towers like every other Ubisoft game. But it's fun. It's fun for what it is. It's open world, lots of side quests and stuff to do. It's fun. I recommend it. Next up is Until Dawn. Amazing game. Now, is it really a game? Probably not, because it's very, very interactive, story-driven, very cinematic. But it's amazing, and it is tailored to how you play the game, what choices you make, and the story is pretty entertaining. It's like a B-horror movie kind of story, but it's really good. I loved it. I recommend it. It's definitely made for multiple playthroughs. It's creepy. Oh my gosh, this is probably one of the creepiest games I've played. It's just, my nerves were wrecked. They were shot. It's amazing. Next up is Watch Dogs. This is the Steelbook edition that came with the Collector's Edition. Now, I wasn't crazy about Watch Dogs. It's good, but it's not the best, and it's definitely got some flaws. It's a good open world game, but it's not one of my favorites. And lastly, so many people crapped on this game, and I can see why. It's not one of my favorites, and I did have some major problems with this. But it's The Order 1886. This is again the Steelbook from the Collector's Edition. It's very cinematic, and there's not a lot of gameplay. Most of it's QTEs. The story is on the weak side, but it's a beautiful game, and it's a lot of fun to watch. But to play, maybe not. I don't really recommend this to everyone if you're into cinematic, story-driven games that you don't really play a ton. It's mostly cutscenes. Yeah, play The Order. If you're not into that, avoid it like the plague. So that is my PS4 collection. I know I don't have as many as some people, but I have a pretty good collection, I think. So let me know what games you have for PS4. If you have a PS4, if you don't, then that's fine. Like the video if you liked it. Favorite, save friends, family. Share me as long as you do it nicely. And remember to subscribe for more videos of epic geekiness because I'm a geek and I'm kind of epic. Not really. I'm gonna go, but I love each and every one of you so much. Peace and kisses. Bye.